Welcome to Read Your Comics. Today, I'm doing a haul video. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking about my visit to Mckays. Mckays is a used bookstore warehouse. They have 5 locations between North Carolina and Tennessee. I visited the one in Chattanooga, and it's massive. There are rows and rows and rows of books, DVDs, CDs, video games, all variations of video games from Atari cartridges, Nintendo, the first PlayStation, up to the latest game systems, anything you want. This particular location, it's the first one I've ever been to, even though I do live closer to another one, but I'd never been to it. But I was in Chattanooga. The hotel I was staying at was just a few minutes away from one, so I was like, I'm going to go check it out. And I'm glad I did, because, man, they got... This 75 cent is like a pretty normal price for comics at this place. Now, I'm not going to be pulling any keys out or anything. You're not going to see me randomly, pull out some awesome first appearance of a Marvel character or something cool like that. But when I go to a place like this, I just like to dig and fill holes in runs or just randomly find stuff that wasn't even on my radar, which I'm going to show some of that in here. Marvel Age is a book that I'm not trying to put a run of Marvel Age together, but I definitely grab them when they have a pretty cool cover. And this is one of the most awesome. Bill Sienkiewicz, I've seen this picture before in promo work, like house ads, and I was planning on doing a couple issues of the Sienkiewicz New Mutants run for the channel anyway. I thought this would be a nice compliment, so that's why I picked this one up. 75 cents is going to be the common price. I left the stickers on here. You're going to see I didn't really pay much for many of these. This one kind of completes a set of Splitting Image, even though it's not labeled Splitting Image. Don Simpson, who does Megaton Man here and Normal Man, or Everyday Man, Captain Everything, whatever they call him. Normal Man is a Jim Valentino character, I believe, and if you've seen the Splitting Image books, the parody book that Don Simpson did, at the end, it was like pointing you to go to this book next. So this kind of completes my set of the 2 issues of Splitting Image, and I've never seen one in the wild, quite honestly, so I was pretty excited to see it for 75 cents. These Ultraverse books, I don't know what I'll do about Ultraverse in general, but I picked up a few because I've been trying to get these ones with the rune in them. So I've got a list, and I was able to grab a couple of those. 75 cents each. I don't really know much about some of these titles, like Prototype. He was kind of an Iron Man character. I don't really remember. But, yeah, I'll be looking at those Barry Windsor Smiths once I get the whole set together. Check this out. 75 cents for this early John Byrne FF in really good shape, too. This is not a beater copy. I mean, I don't know about like a number grade on it, but I would put it in the very fine plus category. So for 75 cents... it's a good one to get. I've read it. I've had it in the past. I've got it in trade paperback form. I may do this one for the channel, and if I can get it read and filmed early enough, I may just go ahead and put it in the Christmas in July later this month. Valiant. I did get a lot of Valiant. I'm trying to put a run mostly up to Unity, but this is a little past Unity. I was thinking maybe going to like issue number 10 of Bloodshot or something, maybe even 12. Let's go the first year. But I saw this one, and it's kind of like an origin of, or connecting Bloodshot with Ray from the future. This is the first appearance of Ninjak, and these actually go for about $10 on eBay and in other stores I've run across them, and I've never wanted to pay that much for them. So when I saw them for 75 cents each, I'm just going to grab them. Here's one of those books that was not on my radar, had no intention of getting, randomly saw it, under $1, 90 cents, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Cool cover, right? And the inside looks pretty good too. Maybe I'll do that one on the channel someday. Good old Techno Comics. If you are a fan of Cartoonist Kayfabe and their Wizard coverage, you probably saw them really dog Techno Comics. This is a line of books that came out at the tail end of the speculator boom. And I don't know what their funding was, but they must have paid like guys like Neil Gaiman to come up with these synopsis and ideas and stuff and then slap their name on the hero. But I remember getting this book when it came out and liking it. So it's long gone from my collection. So when I ran across a little run of them here, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get those again. They're cheap. Why not? Check them out. I'm sure a lot of people are curious about these Techno Comics these days. And I don't really ever see them that often, even in dollar bins or anything. It's like dealers don't even want to pull them out. Like, they're just non-existent. But they're out there. So I got a few of these. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the 5 is the one that's missing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think 10 was the last one that I got. So a run of 1 through 10 minus number 5. I mean, if I have to skip reading 5, I want to do these on the channel. I don't know if I'll just do number 1 or if I'll do like read a few of them and then give like probably do it that way because I can't imagine people really want to watch a video of just number 3. Savage Dragons. These were this one was $1.25. I just kind of grabbed Savage Dragons. I really need to make a list of which ones I have and don't have. But I am trying to put a run of Savage Dragon together. So I got like number 5, number 9, 11, the Jim Lee 13, 14, 15 that I might actually already have this one. If I got a double and it was 75 cents, so what? You know, I'll put it in the Christmas in July in the little library books. And then a later one, number 67. When you start getting up into this number, they're harder to come by and usually priced like $4 or $5 each. So maybe 67, not quite in that range, but I mean, this would have been much later in the 90s. So I can't imagine that I usually don't run across them. Up to the 30s is about the highest number I usually see for fairly reasonable price. Jack Kirby's Secret City Saga, number 0. This is the one you had to mail off for. 50 cents. You got it for 50 cents. Walt Simonson does the art in this, at least half of it. Roy Thomas writes it and Walt Simonson does the art. This will be a fun one to do on the channel. If Walt Simonson had been in charge of like this whole little line, it may have been a lot better than it was. Sludge number 2, more Ultraverse. I like Sludge number 1, Steve Gerber, Aaron Lepresti. I have number 1. I have a video of number 1. I thought maybe if I can get them up to like number 6 or something, I'll do the rest on a separate video because it's a pretty good muck monster book. Random amalgam book. Again, just trying to kind of put this run back together. I had this whole set when they came out, sold them, and have been kind of picking them up sporadically here and there. 90 cents, why not? This Thunder Agents, I thought this was like a Wally Wood reprint book, but it's not. But the first story in it is George Perez, so this will be a fun one to kind of dissect too. This one completed a run. I've been on the lookout for this. This is the last of the 1963 series by Alan Moore that I didn't have this one. I had all the rest of them. And I don't know why I didn't get this, because I got them when they came out. I have no idea why I did not get this particular one, and I've not been able to find it in the wild. I run across the Mystery Inc. Corp. and the Fury and Horus. I run across those all the time, but this one I never see in the wild. I finally saw, it was one of the first books when I started digging that I saw too, and I was like, sweet, a book to complete my set of 1963 books. All right, here we go with some more Valiant, some Shadowman. So here's where I was saying I was going to go ahead and probably try to get all the Valiants up to Unity with a few titles going past that. So got the 2 Unity issues of Shadowman here, plus this one, which it says is the first appearance of Master Dark. Ooh, and it went for $5 at whatever store it originated at, but 90 cents at Mckays. 90 cents. And then just a couple more Shadowman. I figure I'll go up to like maybe 10 or 15. There's an issue with Aerosmith in it. Maybe I'll go up to that one. Here's a book I've never heard of. The cover stood out to me. It has this cool looking astronaut on it, 6 from Sirius by Doug Munch and Paul Galassi. I was like, oh, this will be it's a number 1, 75 cents. This is another one of those like Didn't know I wanted it. Thought I would check it out. It'll be a cool one to look at too. And the inside is like really bright. It's not just pencils. I think it might be painted or airbrushed or something. Reprint series from the early 2000s. I didn't know that this existed. These Alan Davis covers, but they are the John Buscema issues of Fantastic Four right after Kirby left. Well, after Kirby, and then Romita did a couple issues and John Buscema took over. So kind of cool there. These might go in the Christmas in July box. I haven't fully decided what I want to do with these because I actually have these issues in reprint form already. These are neat though because they do have the ads inside. So it's like they're sort of like a facsimile. Well, it's got that ad, and the coloring on them is, while it's very bright, you can tell that they didn't try to do the blown out color. There's still like the halftones and stuff. And see, here's like a vintage ad. So these are kind of neat. So I haven't really decided if I want to like hold on to these or put them in the Christmas in July thing. I think that'd be fun for some kid to have. Cool Alan Davis covers though. Been trying to put a run of the Mazzucchelli issues that predate Born Again together. This is one that fills that hole. It's one of the ones I paid more for, $1.75 on this one. Still worth it. I think I'm missing about 6 or 7 of these now. So, nice to fill that hole. They had one other one, but it was really beat to death. And, while I'm not like a super condition snob, at the same time, I do like the books to at least have some presentable value to them. Punishers, kind of an impulse buy. I'm not a huge Punisher collector these days, but these have a lot of nostalgia for me. This particular era of Punisher was like peak. These came out in, they say May, but May and June. And then right after this is a 6-part story with Jigsaw, and Jigsaw to me is like Punisher's best villain. But this one's cool with the Reverse from X-Men in it. Pretty cool storyline. I'll do it on the channel one day. Here's some pre-Unity Magnus, number 13, right after the Turok issue. I don't really see this one a lot in bins either. Pretty cool cover. Same with this one. I don't really see it a lot. And then you get into the Unity issues, and I may have already had one of these at least. I'm not really sure. But there's the Unity issues, and then a couple issues after, which if I recall, these take place, these are almost like flashbacks, I feel like. $1.25 for these, not bad. I mean, I would have liked them to have been 75 cents, but $1.75 just to start filling in some Magnus holes. Pretty good. Here's one. They had a ton of these, and some of them were priced at $1.25, and this one was priced at 50 cents, so I grabbed this one instead. Maybe I should have looked at it a little closer, but this is kind of the start of a new direction for Magnus and might be around where I cut off getting the run. Number 21. This was a hot book back in the Wizard days, so it's funny to see it for 50 cents today. But that's what I got at Mckay's. Some of this will be appearing on the channel for sure. If there's anything in particular you think looks pretty awesome, you want to see me cover, definitely let me know. Until next time, read your comics. I got a stack to read.